When I was young, I was considered to be a curious explorer. I found myself lost in my imagination for hours on end. I flew beyond the clouds. I sailed across the ocean. I defended the world from evil. Back then, my imagination was my hope, because for me, it was only a matter of time before it became a reality. I knew I wanted to help the world. I wanted to change it. I wanted to make a difference. Above all, I wanted to be a hero. I believed this was my mission in life. I was excited because at 6 years old, I knew what I wanted to do with my life. At that point, I wanted to let the world know that I was going to make it better. Yet, oddly enough, I was still timid. And so I only shared my thoughts with one spirit. As a young boy, I was blessed with a friend, a true friend. He'd listen to me, he'd teach me, he'd console me. More than anything, he'd believe in me. Unlike most kids, my friend was real. He wasn't made up. I just couldn't see him. But I could hear him. I told him every day, I want to be a hero. I want to change the world. I want to make it better. Then one day I realized, more than anything, I wanted to be a hero for a family. A family I could call my own. A partner I could call my own. As a child, I had many heroes of my own. Men and women I looked up to. People I aspired to be like. People who were strong and courageous. They stood by their families to protect them. They loved beyond what was perfect. They loved because they had a reason to love. They loved until there was nothing left. More importantly, they had the courage to love. This right here is the ultimate superpower. You know, I wanted to be a hero for a family, but it was pretty clear that all the families around me had their own hero. I needed a family of my own. I needed a partner to stand beside me, to stand the test of time. So I began my journey to find what my heart longed for. The streets were lonely. They were dark, depressing. Life and people passed me by. I soon realized my search became never-ending. I became lost, confused, and restless. I wanted a way out of this so-called reality. In this reality, I found no love. I found no strength. I wanted to travel back to my imagination, a place where I was no longer lost, where I was no longer confused, but a spot where I could fly, a place where I was the hero. For in my mind, in my imagination, I believed it was only a matter of time before I found what I was looking for, what I was praying for, what I asked my friend for. Ever since I was a young boy. But sometimes in life, you reach a stumbling block. Sometimes it's the only way to realize you can't take your wings for granted. You can't take life for granted. You can't take your hope for granted. When you lose your superpowers, you have to rely on faith and His promise. A promise that was always there, running right beside you, but you never knew it was there. Yet, to find it, you must break free of the comfort of your imagination and brave your reality. Life is a battle. It sure is. Love is the honor bestowed upon us when we win the battle. In order to receive what my heart yearned for, I realized I have to earn it. I have to work hard for it. In life, there will be people who will try to protect you, but it's only for a moment. Others leave watch upon you to allow you to fight the good fight on your own. Others tell you to X out your ego so it doesn't get in the way of success. Others show you the divine law, the law that comes from God, before they continue on their path. Then, near the end, there appears to be two, the king and his queen. But is she really your queen? I mean, you might find comfort with her because she is near, but she's not the one. One must always leave their comfort zone to find true love. Yet I was the timid king that only takes a step at a time. The queen, she is powerful and courageous. She moves wherever she pleases and overcomes any obstacle she encounters. She knows what she wants. She wants to conquer him. And he wants to conquer her. At some point, he finally surrenders to her love. I traveled through life wondering where you were, who you were. I yearned for you even though I didn't even know your name. We fought on the battlefield of love for 5 years until your prayer brought us together. You just always knew God's plan for us. While you took strides to bring us together, I just simply took steps. But now I want to walk right beside you forever on our destined path. Roxanne, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. I cannot imagine a life without you. Your heart, your soul, your smile lifts me up from the ground during my hardest times. You make me laugh and you let me dream. You believe in me even when nobody else does. Rox, I want to be your hero. I want you to be mine, my hero. Together, you, me, Natalia, will make a difference in each other's lives and in the world. You are what I longed for ever since I was a kid. You are what I prayed my whole life for. And now, I can't help but pray, to give thanks, but also to ask for his blessing. Babe, as I kneel and pray, I want you to look back and remember what it took to get to this day. Because tonight, on your birthday, I'm sending up a prayer to my longtime friend for an answer I know will consider me blessed. So, Roxanne, mi amor, my everything, I would like to ask you a question. A question I hope and pray you say yes to.